Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Form of Therapy. And we are back with a brand new ILLIT, not just comeback, but an EP after their Not Cute Anymore, very soft-handed single. We're back with a brand new EP. Can't wait to check it out. We have It's Me by ILLIT. I have been hearing some commotion over this. People either love it or people are really, they don't like it. So it seems that the opinions on this are pretty divisive. I don't know what it sounds like, but we'll see. We'll find out. And I heard it's a different turn for ILLIT. So looking forward to seeing that. Well, that depends because sometimes change can be good and sometimes it can be abrupt, and why change what wasn't broken? So we'll see. We'll see. Let's go. Whoa. Damn, so dance music is just in this year, huh? Holy shit. Who's your bias? I'm your bias. Sounds like a mantra. Wow.
It's me. Hey, just say I'm your fave. I kill not hilarious, so my. 수수한 건 like tortilla, why? This was ain't no joke, can't.
Alright.
Post me on your grave.
I gotta say, I'm falling in line with I love it. Ooh. That's it. It's me, but spelled in Korean. Ah. It sounds very Chinese. Oh. Weird. Well, what? I'm gonna have to Google this. Mamila Pinata Pie. Okay. So, I'll admit, I do like It's Me. To what degree, I'm not quite sure. I'll have to listen to it again. But I don't know. For what I've seen online of people saying like it's like they changed to ILLIT, or like they got, I don't know, like the consensus I've seen online is like making it sound like ILLIT ditched their concept. But have they really? I feel like It's Me, especially if you, I mean, yes, there is a tonal shift, and this song is much more techno-driven. And what is with the techno house and dance revolution of 2026 from Hearts to Hearts to Le Seraphim and ILLIT? But yes, there is a tonal shift, but I don't know. If you listen to songs like, and if you loved songs like Jellius and Tic Tac, they've got like the same chaotic, frenetic energy of those songs, minus the cuteness. I think that's, I think like the title of their previous single goes, it's just not cute anymore. It's the same kind of wild, honestly, frankly, weird energy. They've had an odd energy. If you watch the Little Monster video, if you watch the Jelliest video, they've had a bit of an odd energy to their music videos and aesthetic schemes. So I don't think It's Me is that huge of a departure as people are making it out to be. I think people are not ready for ILLIT to grow up yet, and I also think like it feels a little soon, perhaps, but also it's not like the most mature thing in the world. It's just a little bit grown up. It's a little bit more. I don't want to make me sound old to say it's more teen energy, but it's not like the more childlike, magical girl fantasy realm of music as it previously once was. If you look at their previous title tracks from Do the Dance, Cherish, Magnetic, Not Cute Anymore, they all had this sort of soft and very ethereal fantasy aspect to their songs. They all sounded sort of glamorous and almost otherworldly in that way. I think that's where It's Me is definitely its biggest departure, is that it ditches that fantasy and cute aspect altogether. The song itself also seems very rooted in, I don't want to say actual Chinese pop because this isn't like what actual Chinese pop sounds like. It feels like it's utilizing elements, and the way they say who's your bias and your bias, it sounds like kind of traditional Chinese parades, like the loudness and the old Chinese theater type of performance of music. I don't quite know. I'm not Chinese, but of the Chinese media that has been portrayed and that I've seen, it feels a little bit more like that traditional and folksy type, mixed with a little bit more of a parody nature, where, if they still existed, I could see Orange Caramel doing a song like this along the lines of like Catalina or Bangkok City. Like it's got like this very it's got this very retro pop aspect to it, but hiding behind a lot of techno. Yeah. So as I said, I like the song. I don't know to what extent to even give it a score yet. It was kind of frankly just very shocking. So we're going to take a look at that and listen to it again. But before we do, the final word that we saw at the end, which is the title of their new EP, it's Mamila Pinatapai. So I had to Google this. It is a Yagan word from Tierra del Fuego. So Tierra del Fuego is an archipelago in South America, and the Yagan language is, I believe it said it's like a sort of near extinct language. But the term itself it's kind of one of those things where it's apparently considered one of the hardest words to translate. And it's one of those things where it's like this in Japanese and Korean and in other cultures as well, where it's like a whole description and a sentence and a feeling. But for us, it's just one word, like the term han in Korean or kamjong in Korean. But then you have to kind of like be super descriptive and like give examples for anyone to understand it in English. So Mamila Pinatapai roughly means a look shared between two people, each wishing that the other would initiate something they both desire, but which neither wants to begin. Now that's a feeling I think a lot of us can relate to. It can be relatable to both romance. It can be relatable to even heartbreak, like two people who want to break up, but neither of them want to initiate it. the last slice of pizza, and like both people are just like waiting for the other person to be the first person to make the move so that the option is off the table, even though they both want it. I think it's a pretty broad yet very specific term and emotion. So that's really cool and interesting. All right, let's go ahead and check out the music video and song for It's Me once again. Well, yeah, in terms of music video, you gotta admit, the ILLIT quirkiness is still there. And I will say, who's your bias? I'm your bias. I think if you've listened to like a lot of like traditional Asian, I think, music and stuff, you might recognize that kind of tone. I don't know what it's called, but I think it's like something that exists in Chinese folk music, Japanese folk music, and even Korean folk music. There's like a little bit of a shared crossover there. And I wouldn't have noticed that it's drawing to try and be like that. It just sounded like a chant or a mantra in the beginning until I realized just like they're dancing in a Chinese restaurant. And just this looks like it's a set city, mind you. It's not a real city, but the city is like, it looks like it's in China somewhere.
It's me. It's me. Being me.
It's like they're fighting each other for attention.
Hey, just say I'm your fave.
I love that part. I love that part too. There are two parts of this that are really memorable to me. It's this.
Hey, just say I'm your fave.
And then the immediate, just the laughing and the immediate straight face to just straight up the shoulder dancing is hilarious. It's very Gnome Boys. If anybody is onto the Gnome Boys trend online, I love it. It's very, very funny. Like, that's where the orange caramel comparisons sort of come in for me. Wow, she looks gorgeous. That controlled turn has got to be really difficult to do. I wonder if she does that live. She does a full 360 turn in one go? Is that possible? I'm very curious as to how they pull this off live. A lot of this energy, I feel like, is really sold by the humorous, kooky nature of this music video. You know, they're saying, who's your bias? I'm your bias. It feels like they're breaking the fourth wall, telling us or asking us, who's your bias? Amongst us, who's your bias? And they're all being super performative. And it feels like they're also battling with one another. And then right at the end, was it Minju that took it? I think it was Minju that took it. She was just kind of like taking the crown, but it's like the tiara. Or no, what do you call the veil? It's not a tiara. What do you call the wedding veil? There's a very specific word for a wedding veil, but she takes that, puts it on her head, and then leaves. Personally, I love it. I think the song is a little too weird and a little too kooky and kitschy for me to completely decide where I feel about it. I think that's going to take some live stages to decide. Like, for example, I'm making a lot of references to Orange Caramel, which, if you don't know, Orange Caramel was like it was a K-pop subunit of the girl group After School in the mid-aughts and not mid-aughts, like the late 2010s, mid 2010s, and no, might be the mid-aughts. I'm getting my timelines mixed up. Anyways, they made a lot of music that was kind of comedic, parody-ish, but at the same time was taken very seriously, and there was a lot of humor in that. But mind you, I didn't vibe with all the songs. Now, I appreciated them, and I appreciated the humor and the art. I did not listen to those songs on the level all the time. Like, for example, I love I love the song Catalina as a concept. I love it, the music video. I love it as art. I don't listen to that song. But their other song, Bangkok City, love that song. Just comes down to personal taste, preference, and tune. There's another parody group called Crayon Pop back in the day. Also really like their songs like Ba Ba Ba, but I don't listen to Ba Ba Ba. It's not, that's not how I like to listen to music. But their song FM, also really humorous, very parody like music video, but I love the song, and so I actually listen to FM. And so It's Me is kind of sitting on this cusp of, is it a little too kitschy for me to really like, or is it just, or does it have just enough techno and just enough dance for me to enjoy? And I think right now the music video is, again, doing a lot for this song. I think the music video is very entertaining. I personally think it's a really fucking fun music video, and it's really cute, but also really humorous. I think the acting from Wonnie is something that I thought was kind of brilliant. When it comes to Wonnie, I always kind of felt like her acting was not always there. It was not like the most clean type of acting. But I really felt in this one like, oh, Wonnie's acting is really good. And I think Wonnie's acting is one of the things that sells this the most. And I also felt like this was the music video, and I say this as a fan, where I really thought like Ira really popped. I felt like this one was one where it didn't just feel like she kind of popped in here and there, but she kind of popped all throughout. And I felt like and maybe it's because of like the hard dance that was here and there, she really, really kind of stood out to me a lot. But with that in mind, I'll pass the question off to you guys. What do you think of ILLIT's It's Me? All Night Consensus says it's pretty divisive, so I want to know, where do you fall on the spectrum? Do you like it? Do you not like it? And of course, you could like it. I like it, but you could also be on the side of, it's a little too early. I wanted them to stay in like the younger, much more softer aesthetic for a little while longer. Or did you want to see them kind of mature into that? There is a realm in which they could have stayed within that magical girl sort of fantasy realm and kind of age it up and mature it over time. But how do you feel about them blossoming out of that? Let me know in the comments down below. With that in mind, thank you for tuning in. If you want to check out my listening party for Mamila Pinatapai, that will be out in June next month. So stay tuned. Go on over to the Patreon and subscribe. I also, in the meantime, have a calendar up. You know, I'm still releasing content in May. If you want to check out what I'm releasing and if any of that interests you, hop on by. I'll also be checking out some ILLIT live stages, because this one is one of those really curious ones where I gotta see more. I gotta see the live stages to really get in tune with how I feel about this. So if you want to see, watch along with me, come on by. Of course, you don't have to support the channel monetarily. If you want to watch more reactions from me, stay tuned and subscribe over here. Check out my other reactions in the top hand corner, and that's going to be it for me. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you later.